Hi, it's Scout Leader Woodsy here. With 2014 coming to an end, I've been thinking about my backpacking gear and how and what I've used in the last year and what I want to change for 2015. So I thought it'd be kind of interesting to do kind of rundown of my favorites of 2014 and maybe what I don't plan on putting in my pack anymore, kind of like my, I don't want to say my least favorites. So let's start with the favorites. Let's start with my clothes. These pants I'm wearing now, I wore on almost every hike. They are convertibles. They're from Canyon Creek, which I'm pretty sure is the kind of the Dunham's brand. But the reason I like these is they're very thin. It's really hard to find a convertible pant that's not like super thick fabric, because I wear long pants pretty much all throughout the summer when I'm hiking, just because I have a low tolerance for mosquitoes and ticks. So these are really comfortable. They kind of let my legs breathe while keeping my legs covered. So I love these. They're really worn. I got them at a thrift store and they're pilling really bad, but I think I get another year or two use out of them. This long sleeve button up. It's from Alpine Designs, which again, it's the brand from Sports Authority. Again, it's got the long sleeves. It's extremely thin, so it's perfect for wearing in the sun in the summer, where it'll keep the bugs off of your arms, but it's still pretty breathable and pretty comfortable. So these I loved wearing. So some of the other stuff that I really enjoyed using. First, I bought an iPod Shuffle. One of the cheap ones, I think it was like $50, but it holds about 500 songs. I think it's got like 15-hour battery. It's really teeny tiny, but I had a problem this past really 2 years sleeping. I just didn't sleep well on the trail, so I just popped these in a couple hours, just listen to some tunes. Even put these in when you're hiking, and you can start cruising with the beats. So I really enjoyed having my iPod. Another thing was my sunshades. It's actually two of them. I did a video on these earlier this summer. They're dollar store sunshades, duct tape down the center, and I liked using this for my hammock as insulation on kind of warmer nights in about the 60s. But I even brought another one that wasn't taped together, and I just put that on the ground and use that to sit on, lay my stuff out so my stuff didn't get dirty. I'm going to a tent this year, and I found that even putting this underneath the mat, like this fits perfectly my new Big Agnes tent, and it takes the chill off of the floor. It's for $2, so I think I'm gonna be bringing this, even if it's just the one side. But for $2, I love this piece of gear. It folds up really nice, kind of like a blanket. Two ounces for this whole thing. I got this outdoor research bag for my food bag, because last year I had a thicker one. It was a dark blue, and the problem was it didn't let the sunlight through. So when you're looking through for your food, you can't really see what's inside. You gotta pull everything out. Where this lets the sun through, so you can kind of look down and see what you have. This was hanging in a tree in a downpour, and my food stayed dry. So I really liked it. It's by Outdoor Research. I recommend getting a light color for your food bag just so it's easier to see. This I think is it's a 10 liter. The last thing on my list, I got this off of eBay. I wanted to be able to do kind of selfies on the trail and take pictures myself, without looking like they're selfies. So this came with this removable piece where your phone can go, and it can telescope out, and you can, I got a self-timing app, and it takes some pretty good pictures. I know you can get a stick pick for your trekking pole, where you can attach something like this to your trekking pole, but I bought that and it wasn't fitting my trekking pole right, even though I did get the suggested one, and I ended up losing the stick pick. I don't know, this, at least I know it works. I really enjoyed having this. It's nice if you don't use trekking poles that you've got something like this. Alright, so those are my favorites. I do want to add, I can't bind it right now, but I use the Sawyer Squeeze Mini, and there's a lot of complaints about that one, about the flow being kind of low. But as a mostly solo hiker, I would just attach it right to my water bottle. I wouldn't sit there and like squeeze it. But that worked really well. I can't find it right now, so hopefully it'll show up before the next backpacking trip. Alright, so the next list, these are things I'm just not going to bring anymore. You know, I do love trying new things, and sometimes they don't work. I've gone the last 2 years using a hammock system, and I've tried two. I've tried the Briar, the mosquito hammock, where it's got like a net, and it was great having the net. I totally recommend this one. It's a little bit heavy, it's about 16 ounces. And then I also tried, this is the Grand Trunk Nano 7 to like 7 ounces. No net, but like really light. I just didn't sleep well in these. In the 8 nights I hammocked, I never slept really well. So I'm just moving away from the hammocks, and I got a tent I'm going to try this season. So, I don't know. So the 7, I might just, bring this just to, sit through, with only 7 ounces. You got to bring like some kind of rope, but this might make a neat camp chair. I'm not too worried about extra weight. This year I used a stake to dig my cat holes, thinking I was gonna be like super cool, super lightweight. I don't know. Going out on the trail, you see a lot of careless results of careless hikers. And to dig a 6-inch hole with this, I thought it would work, but it was really hard. It's really hard to dig a 6-inch hole for your business. So I am going to go and invest once again in a trowel. I've got one by Deuce. It's called the Deuce of Spades, and it's only 0.6 ounces, so that doesn't add much weight, any weight. That's going to be more effective than something like this. So this, I was trying to be ultra lightweight cool, but this wasn't very effective, and I really want to leave no trace and be respectful to other people using the trail. So I think that's really important. This was the first stove I was using, and I got it for $1.99 with the whole kit, with the frying pan and the plate and the cup, and this is all I would ever take. It's really lightweight, but it's like aluminum, and it didn't hold, it didn't stay warm very well. And the other problem was that the thing is so flimsy that when you went to pick up your boiling water, the water would tip out. So as a starter piece, that was fine, but I moved on to something with a side handle. So this, I don't know. I won't be using this anymore. Maybe I'll donate that back to the thrift store for someone else. And the last thing on my list is this poncho. It's by Sierra Designs, and I got it at a pretty good price. I think I paid about $13 for it. Unfortunately, it's an extra large because that's all they had on the Steep and Cheap website. A large, extra large. I have used it as a tarp on my my hammock, which is kind of cool. It didn't rain that night, but I did use this on a couple-hour hike. We were hiking 3 or 4 hours in like a downpour, and by the time we got to the car, it stopped raining. But I was wearing this, and I was absolutely soaked, and I think it was from sweating because this isn't very breathable. So I don't think I'll be using this anymore. Maybe just if someone needs an extra tarp for their hammock. If anything, I'll find one of those like cheapo plastic 1 or 2 use ponchos just to throw in my bag. But for as big as this is and as heavy as it is, it wasn't worth it because I was just as wet if I had worn nothing, no protection at all. So unfortunately, it's really long too. It like comes way past my knees. So that's not going to make it into any more trips. So I'm looking forward to another 2015 hiking season. I got some new gear I can't wait to try, and hopefully I'll be making some more videos of my trips. So happy hiking, hike your own hike, and Happy New Year.